Shalom friends and welcome to the Nazarene Way. Today we'll be discussing about the history of Freeform Dreadlocks. Welcome back friends. In our last discussion, I told us that Freeform Dreadlocks are those locks that form freely on their own. Now, coming down to the history of Freeform Dreadlocks, as against what is obtainable in the mainstream media, when you go over to Google and you search for the history of Freeform Dreadlocks, okay, when you search for it, historians will tell you that Freeform Dreadlocks originated from Egypt and spread across the Africa and its environ, like India. Okay, within Africa they mentioned Maasai people and the rest of them. Okay, some historian linked the origin to the Rastafari movement, especially here in Africa. When you wear this lock in some certain countries, they begin to call you Rasta, and the reason being that over the years historians has always been pointing to Rastafari movement as the people that originated Freeform Dreadlocks. Why it is imperative to address the issue and set the record straight owes to the fact that those people that claim that they were the originators of this type of hairstyle, they tend to lay down some rules and regulations guiding it, guiding the way you carry it, the way you maintain it, the whether it should be maintained or not, and if you do anything outside their own prescription, okay, they look on you with disdain. Now, Freeform Dreadlocks originated from the creator himself. Let me repeat myself again. Freeform Dreadlocks originated not from man, not from any movement, not from any country, not from any tribe. It originated from Almighty Father in heaven. It came from the Creator. When he first created man, he created man to be like this. That is the reason ancient people were wearing locks. Even his angels, a lot of his beings, they wear locks. A lot of angels wear locks. So it did not originate from any man. Freeform Dreadlock did not originate from Rastafari movement. It did not originate from the Rastas. It did not originate from a particular country. It did not originate from ancient Egypt. You know, our modern world today tend to attribute almost everything to ancient Egypt. And the reason being that they want to draw the mindset of the people back to Egypt. That is the job of the Egyptologist. And when people are going back to Egypt in search of knowledge, the knowledge that you will obtain there are corrupted knowledge. That was the reason why ancient Egypt was destroyed. The civilization was destroyed by the Almighty. Almighty Father destroyed their civilization because they corrupted the knowledge they had, fusing it with the rebellious knowledge of Satan and the principalities of darkness. That is the reason Almighty Father in heaven warned us not to go back to Egypt. Do not go back to Egypt. The reason why he caused the throne of Israel to wander in the wilderness, taking them another route, is so that they don't go back to Egypt. The reason why I decided to talk on the history of Freeform Dreadlocks is to enable you know where it came from, so that you will not fall prey to the traps, the genes of the evil one in your quest to connect with origin. Because people always appreciate the origin of things and they tend to connect with it. So people that are attributing and connecting Freeform Dreadlocks, the origin, to Egypt, what they are trying to do, one of their aims is to connect you to Egypt, so that you go down to Egypt to seek for knowledge. And they know that when you go down there, what you will get are the relics of corruption, because the knowledge there are corrupted knowledge. The knowledge in Egypt has already been corrupted. So freeform dreadlocks did not originate from any man. No, it was not a human invention. It was a divine invention. It was a divine invention. It came from the Almighty Father in heaven. When he created the first man in his image and in his likeness, that was when he created these Locs. He ingrained it in the DNA of man. So when man, Adam, gave birth to his sons, Cain and Abel, and his daughters, their hair were forming into locks. As man began to evolve and to move into different environments, anywhere they go, they establish their own community there and live as a people. And everybody then, they were having this type of hair, these dreadlocks. They were having dreadlocks. They were having dreadlocks. It was a natural way of living in the ancient times, until some people rebelled against Almighty Father and he cursed them. And as a result of that curse, their hair couldn't fashion into locks again. It began to grow long. When the evil ones that were in darkness discovered that those that are still obeying Almighty Father, that are doing his will, walking, and that are still in line with the order he kept upon the earth, when they discovered that this set of people, that they are powerful enough to counter their evil, to dismantle their installation, and to totally uproot and destroy their altars, when they discovered, they began to persecute them. So when they catch them, they cut off their hair. They began to enact laws telling them that you should not wear locks, that we have outlawed locks. Don't wear dreadlocks. Don't wear long beards. You must shave your beards clean if you want to be in our profession. If you want to be in our state, we don't accept dreadlocks. So as a result of persecution on those that were wearing dreadlocks in the ancient time, people began to lose the culture. They began to lose that way of life. So you now see them going to shave their, adapting to one type of hairstyle or the other. Okay? So freeform dreadlocks originated from the Almighty Father in heaven and can be traced historically to the first man that Almighty Father created and his offsprings, right in Eden. Okay? And from there, when men began to disperse and fill the earth, they went to different territories and settled, and they were still maintaining the culture until the evil one struck, persecuted them, and fought against the natural way of living, cut their laws, gave laws, outlawed dreadlocks. So after a long period of time, those that were on a quest to reconnect back to the spiritual world, okay, they began to grow their hairs back. And those that wanted to rebel, those that rebelled against the evil world system, while on their journey of consecration, their hair began to form into locks again, because the pattern is not of this world. It is from heaven. It is divine. It is spiritual. Till I come your way next time, remain in truth, remain in love, remain in righteousness. Shalom.